congratulate our football team. Really great performance. Just so proud of them, finding a way to win. I knew it was going to be a tough physical game, tough physical football team. I respect Coach Bielema, the job he's done there. Long and athletic, and got a lot of things to work on. There's no doubt about it. But there's a lot of power in finding a way to win a game like that. There's a lot of so many positives that it creates in your team, the belief, and what we've been through the whole past year. Trying to get the Big Ten win, our first one, it's just massive. I can't put enough words into how important this game was, how important it was to find a way to win. To go 80 yards with no timeouts, and Connor Bazelak was awesome. So for 330, I guess the numbers show. So just we're just going to get better. We're going to get a lot better. So proud of the grit of our defense. That goal line stand was special. Cam Jones, I can't say enough things about that young man. He's the heart and soul of this team. I knew it going into the game, and it showed during the game. He got injured. I still don't even know the severity of it yet, but he just he gritted right through it. He wasn't going to come off that field, and he didn't just go out there. He went after a big place after he got injured, So, but there's so much respect for him as a person, as a player, and I can go on and on about this team. But this team's got character. This team's got toughness. This team's got grit. He's got to get a whole lot better, 1 week at a time. Questions?
Matt and Zach.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned that last drive. Obviously, Connor had some inconsistencies, but really, pretty good all night. Cam Camper was fantastic. DJ Matthews came up big. Just to play those guys, and I guess kind of what you see from Connor on the sideline. He seemed like he wasn't around at all, and ready to go for that last drive.
That's the way he always is. So that's one of the variables that stuck out to me since he's been here, and it's So he's just extremely poised, and like I said, it showed in that moment when you have to be under complete composure and find those open receivers and be accurate. And I thought he was accurate most of the night. I haven't watched the film obviously, but that one pick should have been a catch. It was a tip ball. So, just thought that he just slid the pocket a little bit, used his legs a little bit, get some key first downs, extended some plays a little bit, and just did what we needed to do. Bottom line is, last time I checked, we got no points in 80, so that's the most. There we go.
Zach and Dustin.
I know that generally you've always talked about being, sort of day-to-day, hands off the offense, letting coordinators and position coaches, sort of manage things. But in that moment before that drive, did you step in and say anything to them? Did you want to step in and say anything to them just before that last drive, or was that something where you still want to step back? You want to let, whether it's a coordinator, a coach, or maybe kind of Bazelak, kind of lead that, that huddle?
Yeah, I just tell them one thing: go score. I didn't tell them how to go do it. They know what we need to do. I said, guys, we got to get a touchdown. We got 80 yards to go. We got no timeouts. What we did talk about, though, at the end, based on how many times I was on the headsets with the offensive staff talking about, based on when we scored, the point differential there, about how we would handle whether we go for two or go for an extra point because of the whole threat of getting it blocked and run, just all those dynamics you go through based on every time. So we talked about that. But no, I don't. I'm not a micromanager as a coach. I never have been. I never will be. And you hire coordinators, you let them coach, and obviously with myself involved in the defense like I am now, that's really going to be, even more so. But at the same time, I didn't do it even in the past. Obviously I know what you're doing, but especially in those moments, you got to be able to think. You can't have somebody in your ear telling you what to do. And you hire somebody and you trust them. That's what you got to do. So I don't like somebody telling me, hey, run this, do this, do that. And so you have a flow, you have a reason for doing things, and so no, I was not in their ear about that. I am on the offensive side of the headsets when they're on the field. The majority of the time, yes, and more talking about clock management, things like that, use of timeouts, and so we got a guy in the box that has, like, he's telling me when to call timeout and there's different things, and what we got to do is make certain decisions. So we're pretty systematic about that. But bottom line is that I hire coordinators to call plays that have that role, and that's what they're assigned to do, and that's what they do, and I'm going to give that authority and that power to do so.
Dustin and Jim.
Tom, obviously you talked about things that have to be worked on. I imagine offensive line's got to be higher up there. I think 32 yards on 26 carries. Connor was only sacked once, but he had some pressure. Just what did you? Obviously it's early at this point, but what did you see there? What concerned you there?
Yeah, I think they have a really good front, and they play a lot of bear type defense. It's really just stacked to stop the run, and they play man behind it, try to really make it hard to do those kind of things. And so, but obviously we made them pay for that with our passing game. But yeah, we got to work on that. There's no doubt about it. And we'll get a lot better. We've got to get Matt Bedford healthy. find out what his status is. But, yeah, not good enough to win games consistently, but you know what? We won this game. So that's what we're trying to do, is win the first one, and then we just keep getting better every week.
Jim and Sammy?
Tom, you've already used words like massive and huge on this win, and coming off of last year and being in your sixth year to here, out, and what lies after this. Winning this game, the importance of winning and or losing, of what happens if you lose it, or what you can do now by winning it. Where does this rank? I know you've beaten Michigan State and you had some big wins, but where does this rank as far as importance of wins?
Very high. And I knew that. I never said to our team, you know, we have a phrase here, and our kids know this. I say, hey, this is the most important game of the season. Why? They'll say, because it's the next one. Okay? But I knew what we've been through. I knew what this game meant. And, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's huge. And it's not, you know, I get it, you know, it's not a top 25 team, all that, but you guys know what we went through last year, you know, and you know what we haven't seen that stinking fight song for a long time after a win, okay? And this team's been through so much, and they've continued to fight and battle and battle and battle and battle, and they did it tonight. So I couldn't be more proud of it. Yeah, it's a huge win for us. And like I said, people can comment all they want about that. I can freaking care less. Bottom line is, I know this team. I know how much this meant to this football team, and this is a big deal. Yeah, we got to get a whole lot better, and we will. But you know what? I'm proud of them. They fought, and they found a way to win. And that's what we got to find a way to do every single week.
Sammy then Rebbe?
Coach, Connor Bays, like I said, you guys came into the game believing that you could win. After going through last year and then falling behind and having the second half you did, was there somebody who stepped up and a player who had a message? I know it looked like Cam Jones spoke to the whole team between the third and fourth quarters. So somebody who stepped up and kind of said, hey, we're not losing tonight?
Yeah, it was Cam Jones. So at the end of the third quarter, because you know, you saw the sequence. So we come out of halftime, and we got a 6-point lead, and we get the ball, and we want to drive down, go score, and really put the control on the game. And the opposite happens. We throw the pick, they end up scoring, and now they're up by a point. And they obviously stayed that way until the last few seconds of the game. So after the end of the third quarter, Cam Jones, so we brought the team up. I spoke to him first and tag teamed to him, and he finished it off. And the whole message was, find a way to finish and win this game. And he believed we were going to find a way, and that's all we talked about. Even when there was not much time left and we were on the goal line, we had to get a goal line stand. Who made the play on the goal line? Cam Jones. You know, and so it just, those are special things. And you know, Big Ten wins are hard. Every win's hard. I mean, I've learned this being here long enough. You get excited about every win. I don't care who you play. They're hard to win. It's tough to win. And it's tough to get Big Ten wins because of all the resources that they put into this thing, every place that we play against. So just really proud of them. And if I had to single out anybody, it would be Cam.
Rebbe and Tyler?
Coach, you mentioned the struggles that you had during the game, but your guys were able to make plays on that last drive. Why? Why were they able to come up with a game-winning drive there in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, you know, I think Fish asked me this question on the press conference on Monday about how do you know about the character of your team or what your team is about, you know, and do you really know yet? And you know, you don't really know for sure. I think the games reveal all that stuff, but I had a gut feel that this is who we are, just from the workouts, just from the Sunday morning meeting after the Purdue game a year ago. And those guys that were the ones that were in my room, in my office, meeting with me face to face and saying things are going to change, they're the guys out there today making plays at the end. And that's what makes it special. And so I think that to me, so we had a guest speaker a few weeks ago, and he made this statement. He said, greatness leaves clues. And I wrote that down when he was speaking, and I actually said it to our guys and started talking about the clues I think this team has left to me and why I felt like we have a chance to be special as a team. And like I said, I know we got a lot of work to do. But when I mean special, I mean a team that has unbelievable grit and fight to find a way to finish. Because that's what it takes to be great in this life, is to have, you know, perseverance and passion towards a long-term goal. And so, to me, that's what this team displayed to me. And you rely on your leaders for that, you know, and you train them for these moments. And we have an amazing strength staff, and we talk about our conditioning and winning the fourth quarter. We made a huge deal about that, and how we're going to play on offense, how we're going to play on defense. We're going to play a whole bunch of guys on defense, which we did. and we didn't do a good enough job of stopping the run consistently, but we got 3 takeaways, and we had a huge goal line stop, and we got our offensive football. We kept giving our offense a chance, our team a chance to win. So, and then our offense, just like we did a couple years ago, you know, it might have not been pretty during in between, but boy, we found a way to finish the game off, you know, a couple years ago here on this field, and this time we did it with some fans watching in person, which is pretty cool. So, so that to me is a great thing, to have those qualities. And like I said, I can talk about it, they got to go experience it. They just did tonight, which is pretty awesome.
All right, 2 more, Tyler and then Jeff.
Coach, you talked about the defense getting back to what they did in 2020, and I guess more specifically with the takeaways. I guess, was what the defense did today what you envision and what you want the defense to look like?
Partly, you know, the takeaways, we actually dropped one we should have had. And there was a fumble that I can't believe, I could have got, you know, from the sideline, I thought. So, but so he's laying there forever. And so, so we should have had more takeaways. But in this game, the way it's played today, they're going to get yards, okay? You got to limit them from scoring touchdowns. You got to get takeaways. And that's what we did tonight. You know, you hold a team to 20 points or less in this day and age of football. It's pretty good. You know, you're going to be one of the top defenses in the country. So, but still, much to work on. But you know, I'm proud of some things about it. Saw some signs of it. Not nearly close to being satisfied with it, but a good starting point. Because once again, this is the other thing too. You know, with all the injuries that we had a year ago, we were really, really careful in how we practiced. To the point where I was a little concerned about going into the game and playing, you know, 80, 90 snaps, live tackle. We'd never done that the whole time. We tried to keep our guys healthy. We went live for sure. We did tackle, but it was we're just trying to find ways to do that both in the spring and in the fall. And so we tackled less live than I've ever in the history of my coaching career in the last two, you know, during the fall camp and during spring football. But at the same time, you know, we just got to continue to build off of that. But I also think that Chase Brown's a really good running back. I mean, he is flat out. He is put together. He is quick. He is explosive, and he's one of the top. I think he's one of the top running backs in the Big Ten, without question. So, you know, we didn't tackle him very good. And the number one is the jitters we're going to see. You know, so he's a really talented receiver. That's a great guy with the ball in his hand. So I thought we missed too many tackles, and I didn't like how we stopped the run. You know, from goal line to goal line, but we did. We needed to.
Jack, last one.
You talked a lot this offseason about the need to add explosive playmakers on offense. Cam Camper obviously had a big game tonight. Just how impressive is that for you for a guy to make the jump from junior college to now Big Ten football, making big plays on that final drive, and then also getting DJ back?
Yeah, it's impressive. We had two guys over 100 yards for the first time in a while. What's the stat on that?
We don't have that yet.
You don't have that. Okay. Figure that out there. You know, Cam Camper to me is a great story. Came out of high school and was really small. He had a huge growth spurt, both in weight and in his height, and kind of became a different kid. Was not highly recruited. But when I put his film in from the junior college, I was like, how's this kid not the guy that everybody's trying to get, you know? And so we got to know him, loved him as a person. Thought he was a great fit for us, and I knew, and I know I've talked about him, but you know, I'm not shocked by tonight. I really am not. I thought he was special in practice, and I know DJ is. We had to get him healthy and get him back, you know. So, but we got a lot. I think we got several others too that have a chance to be really, really good. So that's just gonna take some time, but that time will come. You can see we got a talented quarterback to get him the football. He's got to keep getting better in the run game and get better up front. We will. And but now it's proud of Cam and proud of DJ. What a story. That guy's been through a lot, and you know, it's close to just kind of deciding it wasn't worth it anymore. But he and I spent a lot of time together. So I love the kid.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Awesome. Have a great night, Leo.